Got a couple of running backs in Menangola and Coronado that have just joined the team. They should get a lot of playing time, and they're a lot like Aguilar and De La Paz, the 2 and the number 3 quarterback that should see significant time today. They know a little bit about him, but they're not totally familiar with him, so it adds kind of a dynamic to them.
Well, it's going to be a surprise for their team as well as Team USA, because one thing about being a running back, you can do a lot of natural things, and it may be some small intangibles in terms of knowing how your line blocks, but for the most part, they're going to react and let their athleticism take over in this game.
Well, we're going to get a chance to see him right off the bat, because this Team USA team will kick things off at AT&T Stadium. Sunlight blazing through the windows here in Arlington. And the ball taken by Cepeda and falling down on at the 10-yard line. Not a great start for UANL Mexico.
Well, they're going to start here on the 10-yard line, and one of the things that they need to do is just continue to get positive yards. I think when you have a big lineup like they have, you want to take advantage of the line up front and try to get them going by going down the field, or you take quick passes outside to get your guys comfortable. So, especially between your quarterback and receiver. So let's see what they'll line up and attack the defense with in this opening drive.
The opening drive has UANL Mexico 90 yards away from Pater. Robert Arredondo in his first, not only his first year as the head coach, but it's the first time he has coached this team as they keep it on the ground. Diego Gomez, the starting running back today, and he gets bottled up. Got maybe one on the play. 2nd and 9.
That was a good solid run. Great blocking up front. Didn't gain a lot of yards, but you're going to make the defense pay attention to the fact that you got a big back and a big line that's going to be willing to plug it up the middle.
16 years old, that running back is. They'll spread it out here. They're more of a running team. And the toss goes to the sideline. Almost a catch at the 30-yard line. That would have been quite a grab, but it goes incomplete as they end up looking for Jorge Pena up the sideline.
Well, Pena almost got away with a great catch on the sideline. It's a tough catch, and the coverage was excellent. So it either was going to be a great catch or the coverage is going to dictate the pace of that play.
3rd down and 9 now for UANL. See what they do. They're going to give it straight ahead, play conservative on 3rd down and 9, and not much at all.
Terry Bland made a great play, closing in on the quarterback. That's what his responsibility was. So he didn't take his eyes off on him to look at the running back. He kept his eyes on the quarterback, made a great play.
So UANL's David Palomar will get out there and hunt. And he'll be about 2 yards deep in his own end zone. 3 plays and out. There's UANL. That's not exactly what they were looking for, and they're a running team, but didn't find much. And not much on this punt either. It will take a USA bounce and be killed 30 yards from Pater. A short kick, just 17 yards on the boot.
I tell you, that puts you in a hole real quick because you lose the field position game. When you can't get the ball out, you 3 and out. Now the punt is only, 20 yards? Mm-hmm. So hopefully the defense can kind of shore up. It's a win for the defense if they can keep them out of the end zone at this point.
Our first chance to take a look at Team USA in this U18 Select ball game. That will be featuring Brandon Gleason, Cale Garnett, and Patrick Angelo should be the starting running back. We'll see who they go with. We're looking at maybe Angelo or Hackney to get the start today at that running back position. Man goes in motion with some pretty decent speed. Pump fake for Gleason. Rolls out of the pocket, forced inside, and picks up 5 yards.
UANL brought some great pressure off the right side of the offensive line and forced quarterback out in the pocket. They kind of forced him to play where it didn't necessarily want to go. But it made positive yards, 2nd and 5.
Elijah Woods, the running back. And on 2nd down and 5, not much. It's one of the things we've noticed today. Sometimes it takes a series or 2 before the running game gets going.
And that's typical of the running game. At the beginning of the game, you may not get all the yards that you normally would get, but it dictates the pace of the game where later on the discipline breaks down and you get bigger yardage.
Brandon Gleason going over the middle. The ball is juggled at the 10 and picked off UANL gets the turnover. And talk about a wide receiver and a quarterback not on the same page. That ball was way off target.
Way off, and you can see that the receiver stopped running his route. So there's some miscommunication that went on in that route, because where the receiver stops exactly where the safety went. So that's something that you're going to get when you just practice a week for an also week. You're not going to have all that type of chemistry built up as of yet.
Aaron Sosa, 5'8", 159-pound defensive back, coming up with the turnover. Well, that's a bad turnover, too, because you had field position, and now UANL takes over. They don't have good field position, but they certainly stymie the rally. Angel Fernandez, starting quarterback. They'll give it straight ahead, and not just a whole lot here in the middle.
A play like that in the long run is going to do great for UANL because of the fact that they get 4 yards. If you get, 3 to 4 yards on a run, in the first quarter, in the third and the fourth quarter, those are going to be 5 to 7 to 10-yard runs. So if they stick with it, it's going to pay dividends for them.
No doubt. That's what they want to do. They wanted to stick with the running game, and hopefully in the second half it would really pay dividends as that toss on the quick slant goes incomplete as they try to hit Carlos Merla. It brings up 3rd down and 8. Another 3rd down. This team's still looking for its first down of the ball game. We have yet to play 3 minutes. This is the 3rd possession of the game. Fernandez takes a low snap. They'll run an option on 3rd down at 9, and boy, did he get hit. He tried to go for the cutback, and my gosh, he got leveled. Angel Fernandez took an absolute shot right in the middle.
Brandon Coble came right there to hold him in the linebacker, filled the hole up very well, played him just the way he supposed to. He supposed to stay at home. When he stayed at home, he was right there ready for the cutback. Great play.
Coble 6'2", 185, and he levied a blow. What a shot. Palomar's second kick coming up here in just a moment, but before that, we've got a whistle and a timeout going to be called.
Their first
timeout called by Team USA.
One of the things that I liked about Coleman, you're talking about the change of the game that's happened over the last few years. If you take a look at that tackle that he made, back 20 years ago, a middle linebacker would come in, bore his head into the tackle, try to knock the running back out, and almost knock himself out. But he did a good job of making a sure tackle by going down to his waist, wrapping him up, same foot, same shoulder, had the same impact and power, and still get the guy down. That's how the game is changing. It's safer for these players for the long run.
How hard does a coach cringe when they see a quarterback like that try to duck or cut across the grain like that?
It depends if he's a running quarterback. Now, if he's a quarterback that's used to being in the pocket, you're worried about it because he don't normally take those licks. But if you're a quarterback that can run, you're almost like a running back. So they kind of let the natural ability kind of take over and don't be as worried as a pocket passer.
Aldo Blanco will punt at his own 1. Last punt was not very good. It was 17 yards on the boot. See if he can correct that. This one's going to be much better. And they'll get away from it, let it bound on this AT&T Stadium turf. Did that hit a USA player? If it did, UANL will take over. The back judge trying to get confirmation.
It looked like it did, but, it's going to be up to their discretionary call. That's one of the things. You don't have replay, so you can't – you got to trust your eye.
illegal touching on the kicking team. It'll be Team USA ball, first down.
So they're going to call it illegal touching on the kicking team, as that ball seemed to hit a Team USA player.
It did. It bounced right off him, came right off. So
that should have been a turnover.
It should have been a turnover.
Yeah, that should be UANL basketball, or UANL football. But Team USA will have it. And they'll take it. USA will begin on the plus 47-yard line early in this ball game. Straight ahead run. Hackney gets the carry. 5'8", 195-pound running back. Gain of maybe 2, possible 3.
UANL doing a great job with their run fits, and it's going to stymie that run game. They're going to force the select team to go outside attack to get them moving sideline to sideline.
He was only 5'8", but Hackney runs a lot bigger than that. They're going to give him a second chance here straight ahead. So A little inside zone for about 2, maybe 3. See a lot of zone runs in a game like this. This is Brandon Gleason.
You know, zone plays is one of the easier plays to install, and it gets players to block one-on-one to get the running back to run the open daylight.
Gleason with a hard count there, making the defensive tackle jump. Perez doesn't make contact, but gets out of the neutral zone. 3rd and 3. Brandon Gleason, the lefty. The snap, 4 wides. Quick pass into the boundary, and big time off coverage on a short gain play. And Noah Page makes the catch. Gain of 9 down to the 30.
That was a nice, safe 3rd down play. They was playing off coverage, so he just had to deliver the ball where he could catch it and easily get the 1st down. That was a great pitch and catch.
Surprised they went off coverage there?
You know, sometimes you are. It all depends on what they feel they have on defense.
Hackney again, inside the 15, down to the 9-yard line. 22 yards on the scamper.
That was a great block outside by the left tackle, Braden Hunter. He cut out the inside to make that outside zone run work. You know, that's one thing about running zone plays. Zone plays can hit inside or outside. It all depends on what the running back sees. But the line and everybody just blocks left and just occupy a guy and let the running back run to what he naturally sees.
Jarek Hackney, 5'8", 195 out of Mount Mansfield, Jericho, Vermont. 1st down and goal from around the 10, but not much. Might have lost a yard. Back to the 11. Patrick Angelo, shifty running back. And UANL trying to keep Team USA out of the end zone here. Seen a couple of punts. Team USA throwing an interception after they got the ball on the UANL 30-yard line. Their first possession, trying to break a scoreless tie midway through this 1st quarter. 2nd down and goal from the 10. Fly sweep. Alex LaBelle yanked down to the backfield. Boy, they had that play snuffed out. Loss of 6 back to the 16.
I tell you, they're doing a great job of their run fits. Everybody's playing their gap. They're playing their responsibility, which makes it difficult for the running game to get going. The only way you can change this up is you got to create cutoff plays like powers and counters, because they're doing a great job of the run fits and those zone plays.
Trying to run tempo here. Team USA, again, a hard count. Brandon Gleason will now look to the sideline. Easier to learn how to run fit properly when your team offensively runs the ball a lot and the defense gets to practice against it a bunch. 3rd and goal. Gleason, one-on-one, way too tall. It goes incomplete. Intended target, Thomas Williams down there.
That is a great stop by UANL. They drive down, they didn't have the field position, and it's twice now that Team USA has the ball in the red zone. They're only going to come away with a possible 3 points. So that's a win for the UANL defense.
Team USA will settle for a 33-yard attempt to try to break the 0-0 tie. UANL holds again. From 33 yards out. Kick on the way. And it is good. Tristan Heaton puts Team USA on the board first. Midway through the 1st quarter, Team USA with a 3-0 lead over UANL.
Introducing the new Infiniti QX80. Infiniti, empower the drive.
Back at AT&T Stadium, the International Bowl. U18 Select has Team USA taking on UANL today from Arlington. This is the 3rd of 4 different championship games today. Sponsored by USA Football. Team USA ready to boot it away. Tristan Heaton, who just banked it through from 33 yards out, will put toe to leather here. 2 back deep to receive for UANL. They'll take it from the 12-yard line. Running out toward the middle. Here's Francisco Leandro. And he gets to the 25-yard line, and that's where UANL will begin. Down by a 3-0 score, but they feel a little bit fortunate because it could be a lot worse for them.
Yeah, the defense is keeping them in the game. The offense just have to sustain and really get their first down. There's one thing they haven't done yet is got their very first down. So if they're able to do that and sustain a drive, they're in the game and not out of the game, but they can gain some confidence on offense.
Not only that, this is their best starting field position of the day. First 2 drives started at their own 10-yard line.
And it's going to be important that they change the field position to give them the leverage in the game.
First and 10 for UANL. Definite running formation. Hackney gets the carry here. Not too much. In fact, he got taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he overran the hole. The hole was actually inside. A lot of times when you get young running backs and running counters, they have a tendency to run outside. But once you get some experience, you realize that most of your counter plays are far inside the block than you originally perceived it. So I think he overran the hole to the most extent on that play.
Angel Fernandez, you see him there and running to the sideline. And Fernandez, 16 years of age, running for only a gain of 3, trying to get to the edge. 3rd down.
One thing you notice about this team select is they have great team speed.
Yes.
So if you're going to play them going side to side, that's going to be a tough order because they have some fast outside linebackers and their corners are willing tacklers.
One of his best attributes is the fact that he makes a lot of players around him better, and they've got to convert on 3rd and 8. Defensive tackles jump. This may be a free play for UANL. They go up the seam and over the linebacker. They make the connection for the first down and a gain of 29 yards. What a toss.
I tell you, that was a great catch. That was number 3, Ruben Davila. And what made the catch great, he caught the ball over the shoulder with the sun in his face. So that was great concentration on that catch.
Boy, Ruben Davila, 6 feet 161, making the grab. They convert on 3rd down, get close to 30 yards on that play. Quarterback counter. Here comes Fernandez with the 35, and that's where he's knocked down. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Now, after the big play, UANL seems to be rolling a little bit.
Yeah, and you can sense they're playing a little better team speed. So that's why it's important for them to get that first down to give your team some confidence. It brings the energy to your team.
Late first quarter. Team USA getting the 33-yard field goal. A little bit disappointed after an 8-play drive that they had to settle for 3. 2nd down and 6. Angel Fernandez looking to the sideline. Roberto Arredondo in his first game as the head coach for UANL. Option. Fernandez will keep. Trying to run laterally, and he makes 2 guys miss. Gets to the corner. Hannity Houdini out of that. Picks up a first down, needed 6, got 7, and they'll move the sticks.
That was a great job of just getting to the outside and just his wheel versus their wheel, and he outran them. They outran him to the outside corner and made something out of nothing. Good job.
I'm a little surprised. They keep running him laterally to get out of the pocket, get out of the tackle box. And that doesn't seem to be a strength of his. Fernandez, play action. Dump it. Another catch for Davila. Gets a block inside the 20. And on 1st and 10, they pick up 13 to get in Team USA's red zone.
And one thing that happens is once we start stringing together first downs, the defenses don't run as fast as they do in those first 3 or 4 plays. And so you're able to be able to drive. That's when the offenses can get to the point where they start punching it in and punch it right to the middle of the defense and score touchdowns.
We got a great block, too, from his wide receiver.
And that's really the key for big runs. If your wide receivers are willing blockers, you're able to get down and turn a 4-yard run into a 12 to a 20-yard run. 7th play of this drive for UANL. Fernandez takes a low snap. They'll give it to Minagula, and he gets inside the 15, picking up 3, maybe 4. So the UANL are really starting to find their stride on this drive. Very important drive for them. Minaglia, by the way, not real big. Get a chance to see him pregame, but he can get shifty on you. Fernandez
Takes the snap on second down and 7. Managria gets the call again. Close to a first down. Got 6.
That's what the strength of this team would be, up the middle, behind those big guys that are coming out the ball, blocking well. They're hitting their stride in terms of blocking their guy and occupying them so that the running back can have their own way of where they want to go. You don't want to dictate where the running back wants to go. You want him to go where he can run naturally.
Third down 3. Managria to the edge, to the 5, makes a guy miss, ran over a guy. The ball might have come out. You're going to mark him down at around the 1, it looks like. Right on the goal line. And a second look at this.
Diego did a great job of patient running, reading those blocks, and then trying to hit it for the pylon. And he was down. His elbow hit the ground, and the ball came out. Good job.
Elbow hit the ground. The ball might have crossed the plane of the goal line there. Managria gets the call again, and right through the A-gap gives UANL their first lead of this ball game with a minute to go in the quarter.
That was an important response to what happened in the first 2 drives. Didn't have nothing going. They had 2 3-and-outs, punt the ball, stopped Team USA in the red zone twice, only gave them 3 points, and mounting a drive together to score a touchdown. That was a huge drive for UANL.
On the drive's 10th play, Diego puts it in the end zone and gives UANL the advantage. Attack on the extra point to make it 7-3 in favor of UANL here in this U18 Select International Bowl. Daniel Managria puts it in the end zone for the first time today on a 1-yard touchdown run, and UANL takes the 7-3 advantage here at AT&T Stadium, the International Bowl today. Scott Garner alongside Marcus Price here in Arlington. Fun to see the first 2 matchups today. This game 3 of 4 to be played here in Arlington as they get set to approach the football. Have to reset for a moment. Have time to make the adjustment, foot into it, and now Team USA will grab the football. This is Angelo from his own 5. Has to stop, yanked down immediately. Well, UANL showing some physical play both on defense and now on special teams. You know, when you have some positive things that happen for you, you can see how it infuses the whole team, and they're playing with a lot more energy, a lot more confidence coming in on the game, and it's spewing over to special teams. You see it on your whole entire team once you get some positive things happening for you. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. We're expecting this to be one of our better matchups. By Tua in his 6th year as the head coach for Team USA. Hoping that his team could get off to a good start. Tua, once a coach at the University of Nevada. His club down 7-3 here. Brandon Gleason on 1st and 10 will hand it straight ahead. And not a whole lot. Running game just has not been there here in the early goings consistently for Team USA.
You know, one of the things about UNNL, they are actually, when people say run fits, they just sit in their gaps and they're holding their guys back. They're not allowing them to push them downfield. When you have those type of fits, it is hard for running backs to find a hole. He always has to make his own hole and be a bigger back.
Cale Garnett is the quarterback right here for Team USA. He's going to tuck it and run with it. Shows his versatility immediately with a first down scamper on the 2nd and 8 play. And they moved the sticks.
I tell you, that was a smart play. They was in cover 2 man, and when they cover 2 man, everybody turns their back to the quarterback. And once that happens, he has a clear lane to run. So that was a smart decision on his part.
Cale Garnett, just a sophomore He can run, he can throw, and when he runs downhill. Team USA trying to run right here as they hand it off again to Elijah Woods, a little bit smaller back on first and 10. Pick up maybe 3. That will end the first quarter of play, and we're a quarter of the way through it today. It's 7-3 as UANL responds. USA with some work to do. Second quarter of action coming your way here in the International Bowl, the U18 Select Championship game between USA and UANL Mexico. And, you and I talked, Marcus, a little bit before this broadcast about how in a game like this, as UANL responded a moment ago to take the 7-3 lead, it's not just about winning this game today, although that's what everybody's out there to try to do. They're trying to showcase their individual talents.
You know, that's what's important, because there are scouts here at the game watching these guys. These are prospects for future positions in college, and so they want to showcase what they can do against the best talent in the country. And so when you have an opportunity to play in a game like this, you want to show your best foot forward.
Team USA goes out there on 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. They'll run the option. They'll come out left, cut it back inside. Woods, the number 3 running back, picks up 4, maybe 5 to the 35. We talked about Woods before, a smaller back, but he's a guy that can put his foot in the ground. He probably cuts better than any back that they have. Cale Garnett operating on offense for the first time today will drop back on 3rd and 3. Long pass, and Woods has it in the flat, but he got up in it immediately. Might have lost a yard back to the 34.
Oh, that was a great play. That Aaron Sosa came up and played the play right away. He saw him catching the ball on the short screen pass, came up, solid tackle on the outside. This is the type of energy that affects your whole team when you start making these type of plays, and that was an excellent play on 3rd down.
Tristan Heaton handling all of the kicking responsibilities today. Will drop back to kick for Team USA. We've not seen him yet today. This is just the 3rd possession of the game for Team USA. We roll inside of 11 minutes here in the 2nd quarter. UANL with these very deep line splits. And we're going to see Team USA call timeout.
Team USA, that's her 2nd of the half.
So timeout called by Team USA. You don't see this very often on a 4th down play, having to burn a timeout. But again, in an all-star game where these players aren't completely used to each other, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And then you have the introduction of new special team plays, and sometimes the special team plays are critically important when you know you don't have the alignment right or something's not right, because that's when the calamity happens, when you have either a missed snap, a block punt, block field goal. So, many times you want to get this off so you can flip the field. And I know that's important to the coach to make sure that this lineup is right, because UANL is playing very well, and they cannot afford to get, a bad play on special teams at this point.
I know this much. Coaches like to keep the crooked numbers out of the calamity column, for
yes,
sure.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
So after the timeout, Team USA will punt it. No, that's true, though. Mishaps tend to occur on special teams, especially in an all-star game like this. Muff snap. Look out, it's blocked. It may be returned for a touchdown. It will be. I think he might have double dribbled. They didn't call it. But a touchdown for UANL. They get the block punt, and then they get the kick return for the touchdown.
This is why that's so critically important to have your lineups correctly.
Just a little bit of a juggle there, and talk about pressure. I think that might have been blocked by Alberto Romero in the middle and then taken to the end zone by Diego Ibarra. But that little juggle there, how big was that?
That was huge because punting and punt blocking always affects the timing. And so if you don't catch the ball right, it affects the timing of when they're going to block, how long you're going to block, and how much time you have.
And this PAT's blocked. Taken by UANL. They're going to try to get it in there, but slung down at the 10-yard line. That blocked kick taken out of there by David Garcia, but couldn't quite get to the edge. You don't see many punts blocked. You don't see many PATs blocked, and you rarely see them back-to-back.
That's one thing you're going to get in the All-Star game, because the one thing that you really have to practice a lot is special teams. It looks, you may have one play. It may be just the fourth down play, but people don't know. You have to prepare a lot to get 11, 12 guys to know exactly what to do in these situations, because when bad things happen, they happen in a big way in special teams. So
yes, they do.
That's why it's so critically important.
Everything's so magnified in the kicking game. So the block kick, return for the touchdown by Diego Ibarra. There he is, Diego Ibarra, 5'8", 176 pounds. What a job.
People always often ask me why those plays are so critically important. Why so much things happen on times. Well, you got a snapper, a catcher, and punt. It all has to happen in 4.5 seconds. So, when you got people having to do that time and time again, something is bound to go wrong.
A lot of moving parts out there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get everything to work in sync every time, especially at the high school level. This is the U18 Select Game, the International Bowl here at AT&T Stadium. There's another kick mishandled. Taken out at the 10, and not much. Boy, Team USA, talk about on its heels. And I thought playing essentially a home game here at AT&T Stadium, they might have the edge. But UANL, after they had to punt on a 3-and-out their opening possession, they have looked much better.
One of the things that helped UANL is the fact that their defense has been playing well the entire game. They've been holding Team USA back from scoring a touchdown in the red zone twice. And so they have the confidence, and they actually started affecting the offense. And so you're starting to see those results that are happening now here in the second quarter.
First and 10 coming up for Team USA. They're at their own 15-yard line. Going back to the lefty. A quick slant, caught, 25-yard line. Nice play for Team USA. They're picking up close to first down yardage. They'll give it to him. Nice catch.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to have positive first down plays. If not first downs, or either second and shorts.
First down and 10 here. Lefty Gleason going out left this time, really stretching the defense. Connects. 9 more. It's fine toward the near side of the field for Team USA.
See, those type of plays are indicative of spread option offenses that put the pressure on the defense, because now they have to cover the whole field on first down.
Thomas Williams on the grab there as they go tempo. And on first and 10, Gleason with all day to throw in the flat. Grab made for another catch. That's 3 in a row here for Team USA. This time, Team USA's Tavon Gwynn makes the catch.
And Team USA is taking advantage of the corners playing off. And you can tell coaches have made an adjustment to attack those corners every time they're off the receivers.
Second down and 5 after the 5-yard pickup. And Jarek Hackney running for a first down to the gain of 9. Well, they're running tempo, not getting big chunks, but enough to sort of keep UANL on their heels.
As long as they're getting those first down plays, tempo is in effect. And so that's why it's always positive to have those positive yards in that first down play, because now you can run your tempo. You don't have to change personnel. You can attack.
Brandon Gleason, who really understands the game well, managing it well here, finds Gwynn for the second time on this drive, down to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 5 more. Counted 4 officially, second down at 6, but Gwynn, long, lengthy, he's sure-handed, and he's not afraid to cut it inside toward the defense.
They now have UANL on their heels. They are really down the field.
Gleason. Here comes Hackney now with a good stiff arm at the line of scrimmage. Picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards, gets 9 on the carry. It's 9 yards a pop here.
This is what they want to do. They want to keep the pressure on the defense the entire time.
When that clock continues to move, 8:10 to go here in the second quarter. 13-3 after UANL ended up blocking a punt. And then Diego Ibarra ran it into the end zone, scooped and scored. They got a flag coming in now as they handed it off to that big wide receiver. Or I beg your pardon, the running back Woods, I should say. We'll check out the penalty flag.
Personal foul, chop block, offense,
Wow.
number 73 and 63. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. Still first down. Clock operator put 7:53 back on the clock, please. 7:53.
Boy, that is an absolute killer. A high-low by Kyle Rivera and Joshua Marcilionis.
Now, many times this is not the classic chop block. What's happening now is when plays are away and a guy's occupied, you used to be able to cut the guy on the backside. Now you cannot do that. So they have to be very careful of cutting a guy away from the play, especially if he's engaged with another player.
First down and 25 now. Roll right. Found Page for the third time today. Page stays in bounds here, but not a whole lot. Not just a whole lot after the catch on these passes toward the sidelines.
Yeah, the cornerbacks are doing a great job of coming up on those plays. You see that UANL is making an adjustment not to play so far off the wide receivers. They're coming up now, playing within 5 yards and playing them in a more tight man-to-man situation.
Second down and 23 now. Gleason, another quick pass on the quick out. Kind of a stop route here as Moore goes inside. 13 picked up, close to the original line of scrimmage to set up 3rd and 10.
This time, UANL came in on a corner blitz, and that corner blitz got him caught outside. The linebacker couldn't cover the wide receiver, and Team USA found the mismatch. Great job.
Gleason's doing a good job of getting it out early. As see Moore's 6'2", 165 out of Miami. 3rd down. Got to have the 28. Gleason, post, caught. Ball comes out and scooped up by UANL again. Across midfield and out of bounds at around the 42-yard line. Rogelio Cepeda picks up the loose pigskin and takes it across midfield.
These are the type of plays that are killers. You have to be able to hold on to the ball. And actually, Cepeda did a great job of stripping it. He reached it in and stripped the ball while the receiver tried to get extra yardage. He got the ball, a good turnover for his team. Great job.
Boy, Rogelio Cepeda does a great job on the scoop. He didn't score that time, but well, they are not afraid to grab a loose ball and take off downfield.
Yeah, he did a good job. When they are often taught that when one guy tackles, the other guy come in and rip the ball out. He did exactly that.
It's a second turnover for Team USA as UANL takes over here midway through the second quarter. Keep it on the ground is customary of this UANL team. Keep it on the ground to Sosa. Not a whole lot. Second down 8.
This is a critically important time for Team USA to really shore up on defense and get this ball back. They haven't had the momentum this almost this whole second quarter. Offense started rolling. You got to get up 3 and out and get the offensive ball back.
Right after the turnover, here comes the counter to the near side. Not a whole lot on second down at 7, only 2, but it's 3rd down and 5 for UANL. And again, not a whole lot for Sosa, but they're at least on, they're on schedule.
When you can get to a 3rd and 5, that is a manageable 3rd down to gain. So even though you may get 2 or 3 yards on these runs, and they're not the big runs, at least you put yourself in manageable situations.
3rd down and 5. A critical situation right here. UANL 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. Let's see what happens here as the chant of USA rolls out. Here comes the blitz. They ride the mesh point on the option. And the quarterback, Fernandez, gets yanked down well shy of the first down. He only got one, maybe a little more than that, but it'll be 4th down and close to 5 here.
That's a great play by Seth Miller, number 26, the quarterback. He waited outside, watching the quarterback, and had him sitting right there, the running back. And when he got off, he actually played the running back and came back and made the tackle. Great play by Seth Miller.
Now, Team USA right here on 4th, and they forced the 4th and 5. And essentially a 3-and-out, and they'll have to punt. Team USA keeps its defense on the field. They'll send a safety back deep. I don't think they trust them. Wobbly kick. They'll let it go, and it will bound inside the 15, and Team USA will have awful field position here. On the punt that goes 34 yards, but not necessarily the distance, but where it ended up that was so important.
Yeah, and the defense did their job. They went in there and got a 3-and-out, give the offense the ball back. The offense started to have momentum in that drive. They didn't gain it back. They have a long field drive now. But if they can just maintain the drive, do not turn the ball over, they can really change and shift the momentum in this game.
To start from their own 7-yard line with just 4:07 to go in the second quarter. UANL 13, Team USA 3. The only real scoring, the 33-yard field goal by Trenton Heaton toward the end of the first quarter.
Sometimes in these positions where coaches would take a chance to go downfield if the defense is slipping.
Straight handoff, and not just a whole lot either. Brandon Gleason has been out there for most of the way. Patrick Angelo, the ball carrier there. Very shifty, probably the smaller of the 3 backs. Gleason still out there. The signal caller. Again, right at the mesh point again on the option. And not just a whole lot here for Patrick Angelo. So on 2nd down and 9, maybe 1 to bring up 3rd down and 8. Boy, you really like to pick up a 1st down right now. You don't want to be punting again out of your own end zone.
Yeah, they're playing that mesh point very well. They're staying on that outside contain, and they're blasting the running back every time he gets the ball in that zone play.
Justin Sands, the signal caller here for Team USA. On the out on 3rd down and 8. Ball is too low. Alex Labella could not handle it. And it'll be 4th down, and indeed, Team USA will have to punt from its own end zone.
That's a win for UANL defense, and they really are short up again. They've been playing consistently throughout this entire game on defense, and they're pretty solid.
Diego Minguia will be standing at about midfield. USA is going to have to punt this thing out, and UANL's fan base wants another block. They'll angle this punt this time. It's a great kick. Spiraling kick. It lands at the 46, but takes a UANL bounce. Killed at the 49-yard line. So 42 yards on the boot. 13-3 in favor of UANL. Risk.
That just shows you how fickle special teams can be. The punter did a great job of catching a very high snap, getting it off. And then on the flip side, Team USA was really trying to play Peter. In other words, giving a call to get away from the ball, but the ball bounced right to the returner, and he had to secure the ball to prevent a turnover.
It's 22 yards on the change of possession here. Team USA, again, down by a 13-3 score. Just haven't been able to get the ground game going. Their own 34 late first half. Team USA out of timeouts. The lefty Gleason going over the middle, but too tall for a dragging receiver there. Goes incomplete.
Sometimes you can have a defense that know who they are. They're not a pass rushing defense. They're going to pass rush the pocket by pressure and by the line bull rushing the quarterback. So that's one of the reasons why they play the run so well. No one is running out of the gaps.
2nd down 10, they run a stunt on 2nd and 10 and throw it into the boundary. Wide receiver slipped, and they'll call him down at the 35-yard line. Pass complete to Alex Labella. Labella fast, kind of a Wes Welker type. Brings up 2nd down and 9. 43 seconds to go, and they're going to let it run here. UANL with a 10-point lead. Gleason rolling left. With that left hand rolling right. Take it down right at the line of scrimmage on 3rd down and 9. Couldn't find anybody open. Great coverage downfield by UANL.
That was a great play by UANL, stretching the ball out. Like I said earlier, they know who they are. They're not going to really get themselves out of position. They're not going to rush themselves out of contain. And when the quarterback rolls out, they're going to be in position to make the play.
4th and 10, 2 seconds to go, 1, and that's going to do it. UANL with a 10-point lead, 13-3 here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Home of the Dallas Cowboys. Fantastic venue for the International Bowl. U18 select at the break. And it's been all UANL 13-3 as we go to halftime. Here at AT&T Stadium, 13-3, UANL with the advantage against Team USA, and they're doing it with special teams today. in an all-star game situation, the special teams are so critical, and boy, has it been magnified today.
Yeah, when you ever have special team plays, that's one of the biggest mistakes can happen, because one, you can flip the field, or you can give up an easy score. So it's critical in an all-star game that you actually shore up those positions, because when big plays happen, you flip the field and you give an easy score to your opponent.
I'm excited, and really it's fun to see great teams play. And I'm a little surprised to see UANL so athletic. When they have a chance to scoop those loose balls, they grab it in stride and they're ready to go. They've been practicing on that a lot, I'm told.
I think one of the things you see with that team is they're fundamentally sound. Mm-hmm. They know who they are. Sometimes when you know who you are, hey, we're a big team, we like to run, and we like to play fundamental defense, that's a hard team to beat, especially when you have a team that just come together compared to a team that's practiced together a lot.
Team USA loves to run the ball, but they will spread it out too. They're more balanced than they are run heavy. How do they attack this UANL team that seems to really be playing well right now?
They're going to have to take some chances downfield, because the corners and the safeties are playing close to the line of scrimmage. You have to get them back off the line so you get space for your running backs to run. When they run outside, the safeties are up there close to the line of scrimmage, showing you that they're playing the run first. So they have to attack vertically.
They weren't doing a whole lot of that when this ball game began, but they have made some adjustments. These coaching staffs have a lot of experience under their belt.
Yeah, that's one of the things they have to do. They look at what they can get from the defense, make those adjustments so they can get back to do what they want to do. It's just a 13-3 game, so it's not like it's out of hand, but Team USA want to get back to what they want to do. They have to throw some wrinkles into the game to make UANL adjust to what they want to do.
Talked so much about the International Bowl and what it means to a lot of these players. It's not just winning this game today. It's about advancing and going on to the upper levels. You've done some scouting before, played in the NFL 10 years. Just looking at some of these guys today, what are some things that you like about what you see? Who individually has really impressed you?
UANL has some guys with some size. Size is coveted, because you just can't grow big guys on trees. And when you have a lot of big guys that can move, they got great balance. I know when offensive line coaches watch this film, they're going to be looking for guys with that type of size that they keep their balance, good feet and hands. And they have several guys that have shown that in this game that I know a lot of coaches would love. And they have some linebackers that are really closing on the ball, that's playing well. And Team USA have some cornerbacks that really are some willing tackles. And that's something that college coaches really covered. They want corners to be all-around guys, ball hogs, but then also support the run. And Team USA got two guys that I know coaches would really like.
These players come from all over the country, many different lands. They call it the International Bowl for a reason, and they're really showcasing themselves well. I know both coaches were really excited to get after it today. And in a 13-3 game, USA has some work to do, but it's possible.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, the game is not out of reach. They just have to start the second half with the adjustments and start attack right away to make it a game.
13-3, our score. Team USA in this U18 International Bowl at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Should be a very fun second half. 10-point ball game. We hope you stay tuned. International Bowl 2018 as Team USA down by a 13-3 margin. U18 select ball game here at AT&T Stadium. These two teams came out, really stymied each other. Defense is really prevailing. Let's take a look at the first half highlights tonight as Team USA got off to a rough start.
Team USA came out looking confident, but UANL defense stepped up to the plate very quickly, kept the interception in the red zone, and after another turnover, they stopped them on the 3 and out. They were stout on defense all the whole first half. Team USA got the ball rolling a little bit in the second half, but they could only come away with 3 points in the red zone. UANL defense stymied the outside run game as they closed in and actually won an early victory by keeping Team USA out of the end zone early in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, on a free play, they make a play downfield. Ruben Davala makes a long catch as they move down the field to the red zone later to score a touchdown, going up 7-3. Then on the ensuing punt, UANL blocks the field goal. Diego Ibarra picks it up, returns it for a touchdown. They missed the field goal, but it ended at 13-3. Team USA found their rhythm right before the end of the second quarter. They was marching down the field, running the ball, dictated the tempo of the drive. And then UANL came up again, stripping the ball, returning it back, taking the possession of the ball, really closing out the first half with a dominating defensive performance, leading 13-3.
Take a look at some of the halftime statistics. Team USA running the ball almost twice as well as UANL, but total yards, a little surprising to see Team USA with more than UANL, especially given the fact that UANL's got the 13-3 lead, but special teams has played such a great part. You wouldn't think by these stats that UANL would have a 10-point lead.
You know, one of the things that show that was glaring in the first half was, one, special teams, but secondly, field position.
Yeah.
You know, early on, UANL had poor field position, but they flipped the field. They kept Team USA backed up. And when you have a team backed up and you're getting turnovers on special teams, you're not going to have the stats with numbers, but what you're going to have is a dominating half where you're leading the game by points. Not necessarily on the stat sheet, but you're dominating the team. They can't run. They can't get the ball down the field. They only had one drive in the first half in which they fumbled on the 35-yard line.
Just bottom line, why is Team USA stuck on 3 points?
You know, right now they're not attacking vertically. They're not getting the defense back. You know, the defense now crowding the ball. They're playing the run and they're playing the short pass. And so you have to make them respect your entire game.
It's telecast coming up at 8 o'clock Central Time. Team Nordic against the 19 select team, the under 19 select Team USA team. That'll be coming up. That's our last ball game tonight here at AT&T in the International Bowl. AT&T Stadium in Arlington, home of the Dallas Cowboys. That right now is playing host to UANL and Team USA in the 18 under select category. So, Team USA team having a tough time running the football. Both teams are really. Nobody's established hardly anything on the ground. But what a great venue for a tremendous opportunity like this for all of these youngsters that come from all parts.
You know, just to have the opportunity to play in this atmosphere, play against some of the top talent in the country. You know, things like this wasn't around 20 years ago. So they have a tremendous opportunity to showcase what they want to do on a national scale at one of the most important times in their lives, where colleges are watching and they can change the fortune of their lives, you know. When I signed my national letter of intent, I tell people all the time that was a life-changing moment for me. Having an opportunity just to go to college alone, and they have that opportunity to do it for themselves.
Scott Garner alongside Marcus Price here at AT&T Stadium. You know, not only were those opportunities not available then, and certainly weren't available in a facility like this. Team USA will have the ball first. UANL kicking it off, trying to find a seam but can't. Well, special teams have surfaced as being a highlight for this UANL team. Another great play, this time by UANL's Mauricio Perez in special teams.
You can tell this team is well coached in fundamentals, and they've been together for a while. When you have a team that's been together for a while, you see it on the football field. You see how the chemistry of that team kind of meshes together, and they hold the personality of the coach.
Well, now 4 separate occasions Team USA has had to begin inside its own 20-yard line. This one is on its own 19. We'll get a penalty flag as soon as the ball snapped.
False start on the offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
We got Ryan Mitchell moving it a little bit early as far as the penalties are concerned. two teams committing just one penalty apiece in that first half. So a championship game earlier today that had, I believe it was Team USA, wasn't it the Stars team that had 10 penalties?
This has been a virtually penalty-free game, so it's been a good matchup.
1st and 15 for Team USA. On the option. Running out left. Woods again. Woods the number 3 running back on this team. Not much, though. UANL proving to really be tough on the running game toward the edges.
This is one of the things they do well, and that's why one of the adjustments that they're going to have to make is they're going to have to attack vertically to get that 8th man out of the box.
Got to loosen it up a little bit. 4 wides. Step up. There it is, right over the middle. Caught. They go deep this time. Gwynn's got it to the 40. 25 yards on the connection. Just as you mentioned it.
That's a great job. When you look at the matchups, if you have 7 in the box and you only have 5 guys to block, you have 4 receivers out there running around, someone is going to be open. Someone is going to have the advantage. That's one of the reasons why you have to take down the field. Good job by Team USA.
It's on 1st down and 10. Flipping out left in the flat again. This time Garnett finding his man left side, picking up 7 more. Nice grab made. Another big wide receiver, Robert Sergienko.
This is a perfect example of using the pass to loosen up the defense. You can always go back to the run, but you have to get those guys to honor your game vertically and horizontally.
Got a whistle. They'll get a new football in there. Officials timeout here. 2nd down and 3 now for Team USA. This is probably the best this offense has looked. You mentioned it, trying to stretch the field.
Getting those guys out of the box are critical because they're great inside playing the run.
Gail Garnett dropping back to pass. Steps up. Flag comes in for holding. Boy, what a great athlete he is, picking up 8 more, but we'll check out the penalty flag. A couple of times he's had a chance to scamper. It's been beneficial for USA. It's going to be a hold against Team USA.
On the offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
This time Brandon McQuaid, the culprit.
Yeah, he got into trouble when he didn't. Tackles are always taught to keep their shoulders square to the line. As soon as you turn and you start chasing, you get yourself a little bit of trouble if the defensive end is on a speed rush.
2nd down and 13 for Team USA now after the holding penalty. Well, that'll get you behind the chains in a hurry. Playing that standard cover 2 defense. Not a great pass. Page has to make the adjustment, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but UANL very stingy here. Only a couple of yards.
Now, in this 3rd and long, you can either play it safe, but UANL has been coming out in the cover 2 coverage. And normally where the holes are in that coverage is right down the middle of the field. So let's see where Team USA decides to attack this cover 2 zone defense.
They go trips into the boundary here on 3rd down and 11. Have to have midfield. It's Garnett rolling. He's got speed and room. Pointing with a block, and what a block on the wide receiver spot. Noah Page absolutely leveled the pursuing backer. And it's going to be a 1st down. It looks like they're going to mark it a 1st down close to midfield, depending on what they're going to give him a 1st down.
I tell you, plays like that can excite your team. When the receiver comes back and willing to lay out a block like that, they can change the focus of the team in a hurry.
Noah Page, strong and physical. And they may have thrown a flag on that. I'm not sure. I thought they had changed the rule where those crackbacks were illegal.
Well, and if they're...
So 13-3, UANL with a 10-point lead. We'll check out where the spot's going to be next. Live at AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Rogelio Cepeda taking the brunt of that crackback block just a moment ago. The fans acknowledging his efforts. 13-3 game is UANL with the advantage here. 10-point lead. Let's watch it again. Man, what a crackback block by Noah Page.
Now, one thing Noah Page did do that saved himself, he did not use his helmet block. He actually turned his shoulder right to the chest of the player, which, as violent as that shot looks, it's much more tame than where it used to be, because it used to be where you put your head directly in the shot. And it's unfortunate because what you see, it's a leverage hit. If you don't see him coming, he turns his chest to him, and his shoulders go into his chest. That's what causes the cleat moment.
When we say used to be, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's recent. I'll just tell you how fast things have changed.
Yeah. First and 10, Team USA. A touchdown here would make it a one-score game. Early third, still a lot of time left. Cale Garnett, pressure, can't get out of it. Down he goes. Lost 12, back to the 40.
That is a great job.
Pablo Trevino.
UANL once again playing aggressive on those runs, and if he keeps that ball on that option, they're going to attack the quarterback. His job is to read the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did. He kept his shoulder square, but nowhere for the quarterback to run.
Lost 8 on that play. Cale Garnett, quick pass again this time in the flat. Wide receiver screen. Nice play. That's Noah Page again, who's been a big part of this drive. 10 more down to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line, getting into UANL territory.
This is what Team USA will have to pay their dividends is in this passing game. They're going to have to open this defense up and get the ball to their athletes so they can make plays.
Third down, close to 8 from the 45-yard line. Garnett underneath, caught it, not much though. Needed 7, close to 8, only got about 3, and now it's fourth down. Don't have to go for it, but it looks like they want to.
Now, a play like that, that's on the receiver. It's the receiver's job to know how far downfield he needs to get in order to catch the ball.
Now Garnett on fourth down. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get him on the edge, but Garnett going to stay in the pocket here. He'll roll to the edge now, being pursued. He's going to tuck it and got upended, flipped open at the 40-yard line. It's a nice play defensively by Edwin Cabello.
I tell you, Edwin did a great job of stretching it out. When you see the quarterback actually stretch out the play, and it is an idiot quarterback. The good job is to keep your shoulder square, close down, and make the sideline your friend and make the play. And that's exactly what he did.
They string him out on 4th and 5. A turnover on downs. UANL takes over. Boy, their defense and special teams have proven to all in attendance today that in big games like this, you have to have those two components, because you're not always going to have offense. You just have to have a little bit if you play defense.
But Scott, I've seen teams that had defense and special teams to win Super Bowls with minimal offense. So, just the fact that they do have a solid defense and special teams, this is a good football team.
UANL keeping it on the ground. And Aguia, as we see Rogelio Cepeda taken off. Cepeda got his bell rung a moment ago on that crackback block. They had a nice pack on his neck. UANL from its own 40 loses 1 on first down. Second down, 11. Inside zone, reverse. Coming out left, broke 2 tackles there. Davila close to a first down, picked up close to 10 yards. The ball came out at the end, but the official going to rule him down.
Man fell on the ball, probably lost his win there.
Yeah,
but that was a great call on the defense that's over pursuing, getting back to the backside. And that's one of the coaching points. When you're backside in, you have to stay square. If not, someone can come and cut you, and that was a great job of receiver getting outside and fighting for those extra yards.
Lane Jett, that junior linebacker, showed some good speed. Number 51 there, 6 foot, 175-pound linebacker out of West Plains, Missouri. Seen some UANL players succumbing to some big hits the last 5 minutes or so. Just shows you the kind of physical play Team USA is playing with.
It's a physical game, and a lot of times when you out in the field and you have change direction plays going on, that's when your usual big shots are coming, because we always say to keep your head on the swivel, and sometimes you don't. You don't turn your head fast enough is when those shots usually come.
6:54 to go. It's 3rd down and 1. And boy, Team USA, the defense jumping around. They want this crowd to get into it. 3rd down and 1. Adolfo Aguilar hands it off. Miniguala has a hole across the 40. A foot race to the end zone. 10-5. He's got a touchdown. 51 yards away on 3rd and 1. Team USA looking for a stop at the line of scrimmage. They give up a touchdown.
Wow, great blocking, great running by UANL. 3rd and 1. You need this down. O-line coming out of the double team. They pitch in the outside. He hits the hole, and he is gone. Great job up front. These guys up front, these are some big guys. They're coming off the ball. They're putting their weight on Team USA, and Team USA are running. They're not being disciplined in their gaps, allowing these run fits to kind of be loose. They didn't feel it. Touchdown, UANL.
Diego Miniguala puts it in the end zone for the 2nd time. He has scored both big touchdowns today for UANL. Snap is back, and the place kick is perfect. So with 6:30 to go in this 3rd quarter, it's UANL 20 and Team USA 3.
Great blocking on the outside. There's a counter play on the backside. The safety is supposed to fill that gap. He has to fill that B gap. He played too far outside. Running back did a great job of cutting north and south. He saw daylight, took it to the house.
Miniguala did a great job early in the game. The 3rd possession of the ball game, after Team USA kicked the short field goal, capping off a 10-play drive. Diego Miniguala put it in from 1 yard away. Now he runs it 51 yards into the end zone for the touchdown for UANL.
That's where the patience of a team comes in. If you have a team that likes to run the ball and play the run, you build a natural patience. You know that, hey, sometimes you may not get a lot of yards, but you stick to it. UANL has been sticking to stopping the run and running the ball, and they put a lot of pressure on other teams to stay disciplined.
The dam will burst.
Eventually. We always say all the time is you'll find out if a team is disciplined enough if they get tired of doing the little things. So, one thing that UANL is showing today, they are doing the little things well. It's not the big plays, it's not the stuff, that extraordinary athleticism that you see, it's the small things they're doing well.
UANL kicks off. Kick mishandled again. Team USA lucky to get on it. Running out left. There's Elijah Woods again, backup running back for Team USA. Gets out to the 24-yard line. Just 14 yards on the special teams return for Team USA. 6:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Being 20-3 at this point, now this is the time where Team USA now has to be deliberate in attacking the ball downfield, because you have to be able to score, you have to be able to sustain drives, but most of all, you have to be aggressive. You have to make that defense honor everything that you can do.
Well, Team USA wanted to keep it simple today. They wanted to run a lot of inside zone, outside zone, a power here, a counter there. Nothing all that fancy, but the running game just has not been there for them. And down by a 3-score margin here, Team USA really has some work to do. Keep it on the ground. Jarek Hanley getting the call. Nice run here, close to 6.
Those are the type of runs that they need. Right downhill, quick hitting, not misdirection, nice, hard power runs.
Halfway through this 3rd quarter on 2nd down and 4. Pass into the boundary. Tight end makes the grab. Gets a 1st down for Team USA. Nothing fancy, just a little out. Tempo pays off here for Team USA. Robert Sirianko with his 2nd grab of the day.
that's a matchup they should take advantage of as the quarter moves on. As they playing everyone else, that size matchup always favors the offense with the tight end.
1st and 10, they'll spread them out. Straight ahead run again on the option. Hackney to the 40, pounding out those 3 yards. He's a pretty big guy too. Big body type running back. You got to bring him down and wrap him up. Can't arm tackle him.
And those type of runs you need someone to get those positive yards. Not 2nd and 1, but getting 4 and 5 yards a pop. That's going to pay for them as this drive moves along.
2nd down and 6. Gleason again to Hackney. Spinning his way for 1, maybe 2. UANL stingy enough to force a 3rd and 4. Alberto Romero with the stop.
One of the things that UANL is doing a great job is when it's a option run, they're staying home and playing it tight. Where they're weak is when it's a deliberate call run, when everybody will have a hat on the hat, is where they're vulnerable.
Safety rolls down here, and they throw over the middle on 3rd down and 4, and the catch made for a 1st down. Team USA finding the soft spot that time. Grab made by Thomas Williams.
That's a great job. Sometimes on offense, you have to find the soft spots on the defense. Basically, what the defense want to give you and take advantage of it.
He's the best route runner they have.
And the way that they're playing, that's all you have to do. You don't have to force what you want to do on the defense. You can just take what they're giving you and get it downfield.
1st and 10, Team USA. Pass protect. Left-handed Gleason standing in there, and he's got to dump it off to the sideline. Good coverage downfield for UANL, and they've got to go to Alex Labella for the 4th time. They don't get much. In fact, they tackle him at the line of scrimmage.
And those are the plays that UANL has been playing well at the entire game.
Late 3rd quarter, 3:42. UANL up 20-3. You would think if Team USA is going to do it, they got to do it right now. Hackney on 1st down, keeps his feet moving across the 40 and gets 7 yards, maybe 8, when it looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
That is great second effort by Hackney alone. He was hitting the line of scrimmage, but sometimes running backs has to make their own hold there to keep their balance, keep their feet, and run it downfield.
They fell on Palomar right in the middle there, just sat on him, bounced up, kept going.
Kept that hand on the ground, and they trained with it. They trained to run with their head on the ground and keep their balance when they run.
Gleason a give. This is Elijah Woods, who's had to come in for Hackney, who wanted to come out on 3rd down and 2. They only get 1, and it'll be 4th down and a little more than 1.5 here. We'll see.
This may be 4th down territory at this point.
Yeah.
Late in the 3rd quarter, they need to get the drive down and score some points.
Got to get this. 4th down, a little more than 1. Call it 2. Brandon Gleason on 4th and 2. Hand it off. He's got to make a cut in the backfield. And I don't know that Woods was able to keep his balance. I don't think he's got it. On the drive's 10th play, they turn it over.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, he's going to be well short of it here.
Yeah.
Turnover on downs. 2nd time that UANL has forced Team USA to turn it over on downs. On drives that go at least 10 plays.
And that's a tremendous job on that part, because normally when offense get a team going on a 10 to a more play drive, you have the momentum to your side. So that is great resolve for UANL to be able to dig in on those long play drives and fight to keep those yards to a minimum to get the ball back, turn it over on down.
You know, and for UANL, they've got that big bruising offensive line. They love to run the football. When they get a multiple score lead late, it just plays right into their hands. They could have scripted it better. They keep it on the ground on 1st and 10 and get 1, but those 1 and 2 yard runs, they don't care, because they know eventually they're going to get that 15-yarder. They're going to get that 20-yarder.
It just wears the teams down, and and they just feature what they do well. They line up. They're going to come off the ball. They're going to attack you, and you just have to attack them at their best once they get the lead.
2nd down and 9. Angel Fernandez, a master of managing the game as he rolls the play clock inside of 10 here. They show blitz and hand the football off. This is Coronado. Nice hole. There's the hole we were talking about. Needed 8, got close to 9, and they'll move the sticks.
Great blocking up front. Another counter play. Tight end comes out, set the edge. That counter play is really working for them because the safety that is supposed to fit that B hole is going outside. And so until he folds back inside, UANL would take advantage of the counter play and keep getting first down.
You know, he doesn't look big, 5'7", but he's the kind of back that if he doesn't have the hole that he needs, he's going to make that hole. Flag coming in. Somebody moved. Play clock was down to 6.
And they would come with the same play.
That clock has rolled down to 1:11 here in the third. Getting
Ball
late.
start on the offense, number 54. Still first down.
What was the, you played offensive tackle a long time. What was the first sign that you guys had him? You kept running the ball, and now, you know what? We want to wear him down. We think we're going to wear him down. Oh, we got him worn down now.
You knew you had them when you could run the same play 4 to 5 times in a row.
Oh, okay.
And you knew you was getting 5 and 6 times we called the same play. You had them because they can't make the adjustments. They're tired. They're frustrated. And you making them move against their will.
Could you feel it when you would engage?
Oh, you can feel it. I never forget when I was a kid and I was watching the game and I was watching the Cowboys lose to Washington Redskins. And I never forget the guard saying on TV, he said, "It's no better feeling than moving a man against his will, even when he don't want to." And you know that. You feel it.
Yes.
When you play the guy, he's trying all he can, but he cannot stop you. He can't stop the play.
Yep.
And that's how you know it. They'll call the same play over and over and over, and you just march right down the field.
Great teams can run the football when the opposing team knows they're about to run the football.
Exactly.
Well, they bounce it. Now they keep it inside. I thought for a moment that Coronado might try to bounce it to the outside. Not much, just one on 1st and 20 after back-to-back procedure penalties. That may be the last play of the quarter. I can't imagine that UANL will snap it again. Play clock hasn't even started.
They'll wait till the quarter out and get the ball back and start the fourth quarter like they started the third, running the ball. They have done a tremendous job throughout this game, implementing the game plan that they wanted to do, dictating the game.
Absolutely. Roberto Arredondo, the head coach, says, nope, we're not going to snap it. We're going to the fourth. Everybody's got the 4 fingers up. Here's the first 3 quarters with the ground game. It's 20-3. They've done it with defense, special teams, and running the football today. Team USA on its heels, and they've got to have a play and one immediately. Second down and close to 20. Pump fake. Quarterback will keep it. Across midfield. Got hit hard close to the original line of scrimmage. And Adolfo Aguilar, who has come in to play quarterback here, just a 15-year-old using his legs.
That was a great adjustment by him. No panic. Hey, the player's not there. You jump on a pump fake, take off and run, get something positive.
So they brought in Aguilar, who's smart. He's really fast. And knows the offense. Third down, 11 for UANL. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run a draw of some sort. And they will keep it on the ground. Keeping the clock moving. Emil Olivia. Ball carrier picking up close to 5. It'll be 4th down and 6. I think you've got to put the football here, don't you?
Yeah, they're going to run the clock down and pin them back. They can afford to play the field position game because the defense has been playing well throughout the game today. So they'll trust their defense, pin them back, and make Team USA take the long field to get the score.
24 carries, 110 yards on the ground through 3 quarters for UANL. Team Mexico is 45 yards through the air for UANL. Only averaged about 29 yards per kick. Play clock hit 0. Flags did not come out. They wanted a delay penalty, didn't get it. Lands at the 15, and that punt will roll down to the 12 where it's killed. So this Team USA team 88 yards away.
If Team USA want to have a chance in the game, this is the drive you have to respond. It's the beginning of the fourth quarter. You got to get a big play to get your team excited. You got to get a big play to get the team the energy, have the believe and the hope that they can come back.
And the question is, will it be Brandon Gleason that will come out? Cale Garnett. It's going to be Gleason who started this ball game. He's the lefty. Man of great character. They love how he leads the team. Gleason's going to hand it off on first down and only get about a yard. That's been a problem for this Team USA team. They just have not been able to generate much on the ground as they end up going to Patrick Angelo on the first down play.
When you run those type of plays, you're hoping that the defense penetrates and create natural seams, but that's not what UANL does. They stay in their gaps and play those run fits.
Trips out left, trying to cut it back, and Patrick Angelo picks up 4, maybe 5. Did the ball come out? There's some extracurricular activity, actually. There's some chirping going on down there. First time we've really seen that.
Well, you know you're going to get some frustration going on in the fourth quarter when the game starts to get away from you a little bit. And one thing that UANL is doing with a 4-man front, they're playing a technique called a 2-gap. And the 2-gap actually occupies an offensive lineman. It doesn't play a gap, but occupy a lineman so that the linebackers can run free. That's one of the reasons why they've been successful playing the run today.
On 3rd and 4, they throw it out right, but it goes incomplete. Well, trying to get the tight end.
The only way you play a 2-gapping team, you have to run a lot of powers, a lot of G-block plays because you have to cut the defense off. So that's one of the problems that they're running into from a scheme standpoint that UANL is doing a great job at.
Tristan Heaton, who has accounted for the only scoring today for Team USA, the 33-yard field goal that came early. Yeah, Team USA had the 3-0 lead, but UANL has posted 20 unanswered. Not much in the way of pressure, and UANL is going to let it go. Good roll this time. It's going to turn out to be a really good punt. 52 yards on the boot. So Team USA, difficult time putting some points on the board. Again, they had the 3-0 lead early, but UANL and head coach Roberto Arredondo in his first matchup saying this team scored 20 unanswered. Our next game coming up against Team Nordic and U.S. Under-19 Select Team. Nordic against U.S. Under-19 Select at 8 o'clock Central Time right here on ESPN3. Great day for football. We've seen a lot of good action.
Oh, it's been a great day. If you love football at its highest, today was a great place and a great venue.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. And you expect UANL to keep the football on the ground. That's exactly what they do. Coronado getting the call. Diego Gomez, actually, who's come in to play running back, the 16-year-old. Quick but small.
I have been impressed with this offensive line throughout the night. They are solid. I know coaches are watching a few of these guys because they have the thing that coaches covered: size, balance, and physicality.
Its own 27-yard line. 8:27 to go in the game. Again on the ground, and Diego Gomez got absolutely popped. Guy that will fight for the extra yards, but he took one step and got nailed.
And that's the right time the safety had the right fit. He get that B gap, and when the tackle pulls around for the inside linebacker, he is the guy that has to bring the pressure. He did a great job. He did a great adjustment.
Actually lost one. It'll be 3rd down and almost 12. Got to get to the 34-yard line, but they roll inside of 8 minutes. UANL is at the point in the game that they don't really care about putting more points up here.
No, their defense is playing so well. They just want to eat up clock.
Run it out left for Maniguaya, and he's close to a first down here. Needed 12. Got to cross the 35. They'll mark him out at exactly the 35-yard line. 3 yards short of the first.
Great blocking on our side once again, and he did a great job of reading the blocks He tried to stay in bounds, but they stopped the clock here on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's the last thing they wanted to do was see him go out of bounds. You may have an injured USA player here. And you do. It's Elliott Johnson Jr. on the turf. Fourth down for UANL. Clock stopped at 7:37 of this fourth quarter. (20-3) in favor of UANL against Team USA. One guy back deep to receive. You'd almost have to have a run back to have any shot. Here comes LaBella. Not much. Tackled around the 24-yard line. Short return for Team USA with 7:23 to go. That's where Team USA begins, from its own 24-yard line.
Great coverage once again by UANL. Get down the field, secure the play, get their defense back on the field and continue their dominance. Team USA will have to mount some type of response soon to make it a game.
Mulan Niang was rushing that last punt. You see him coming off the edge at 360 pounds.
He was trying all he could.
Yeah, he was. His feet were really churning. He just wasn't going anywhere. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Roll out left. Throwing it deep. Single coverage, but too tall to call. Tavon Gwynn, the intended target.
But that's what they need to do. They need to stretch the field. They need to get back into this game with a big strike.
I think you mentioned the one time that one of the ways the Team USA could get back in it was going vertical. They did that, had success early, but quarterbacks just have not had the accuracy to be able to rely on that consistently. Garnett goes over the middle this time. Underneath throw, not much. 6 maybe. Clock rolling at 7:04 here. Fourth quarter of action. You know, it's a 20-3 game. It almost feels like a 40-point game. The way that this
is what the difference is. They are really stymieing this defense where they can't really move the ball.
Garnett post caught it. It's one of his favorite targets, Tavon Gwynn. Gwynn moves the sticks, getting up to the 42 in a gain of 12.
If they can play tempo and allow the quarterback to make the adjustments on how he wants to throw the ball, that'll make the difference, because if he reads cover 2, he's attacked down the middle. If it's cover 3, you hit him on the post. So let's see how they decide to attack.
Garnett with time. Great arm. Best pass of the day, but a little bit too far. Well, that was the best looking pass that we have seen. Thomas Williams III trying to run underneath it. He's their playmaker.
If he could have added just a little bit more air on the ball, that would have been a touchdown. But this is the type of play they need. This is where they actually have an advantage if they try to take advantage of it.
Second down and 10. Again, Garnett, this time underneath. Oh, man slips trying to cut it upfield. Big receiver Kyle Bryant. Bryant, a big body, but he's got good hands to go with that big body. That's an unusual combination.
I tell you, that's what I said. They don't grow big guys that can run on trees. So when you have those type of traits, that's something that's coveted in football.
Bryant out of Groveton, Georgia. Looks pretty good. Third down 2. Somebody moved. It looked like the center might have jumped and the left guard.
False start on the offense, number 63.
Joshua Marcilionis ends up moving there. He's got the center on it. Third down 7 now from the 45. 4 wide receivers. Garnett dropping back. Plenty of protection. Throw over the middle, but too low. Had that ball been on target, it would have been a stick mover, and now it forces this Team USA team to go for it as Robert Seryenko was the intended target.
Those are the plays when you get to that higher level that you have to make. You have to be able to make those throws when those receivers are open. So That's one of the things that you'll learn from this game. These players can learn from this game once they review their tape to improve what they want to do as they move to the next level.
5:41 to go in the contest. Garnett fires it out right of the corner route, and it goes incomplete. Sirianko again, right at the first down stake, and on 4th down at 7, it goes incomplete, and Team USA has turned it over.
I tell you, that's 3 times a day that UANL has stopped them on 4th down.
Yep.
And this is a pretty confident team that has played well. They've implemented the game plan that they wanted to do. They've dictated the terms of the game, and it's been impressive throughout.
3 times today and 3 times this half. Remember, this half began with Team USA down by a score of 13-3, and Team USA came out, snapped it 12 times, and then turned it over on downs. Got it back after giving up the touchdown, and turned it over on downs immediately. 22 plays worth of turnovers on downs. 1st and 10. Not unusual to see Sosa get the call here. They're just trying to run the clock out with 5:28 to go. A pickup of 5 down to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Great counter play again to the left side. They're doing what they do best.
Well, they have controlled the tempo. They've controlled the line of scrimmage. They're playing at their speed. They're doing exactly what they want to do. And that's what great teams do. And, they've had great leadership, too, in many key spots, particularly the quarterback spot. This UANL team, pretty talented. Fake the handoff here, and looks like Palomar keeps it himself. I beg your pardon, not Palomar, but
timeout.
Louis De La Paz.
Defense.
De La Paz. There's a timeout going to be called by Team USA. See this Team USA staff trying to find answers here. There have not been many to be had.
Not at all. One of the things they could actually help them is they probably need to play an 8-man box so they can have that extra guy standing at the point of attack. But he has to attack right there in the hole. If not, if he overplays it, the one thing about the power game, a power game can be blocked against an 8-man front if those guys are not the right fit. So I know he's in the meeting trying to make sure everybody's in the right, correct gap so they can make the play, because UANL do not have to throw the ball down the field. They want to run the clock out. They want to run the ball. If they want to end it, they may end it, but you can pick up the tendencies about what they do. The cornerbacks need to play the wide receivers. If they do that, they can stop them. But otherwise, UANL will continue to do what they do.
3rd and 7, ordinarily a throwing down. And Marcus, how surprised would you be to see UANL just keep it on the ground here?
Not at all, because when your defense is playing the way their defense is playing, you let your defense win the game. And if you're able to get it on the run 1st down, but you do not want to turn the ball over, that's one thing you don't. You don't want to give them an easy score.
De La Paz will keep it on the ground on 3rd and 7. Stretching the football out, Coronado, he is short of the 1st down by about 3 yards, and they'll keep the clock moving at 4:36. And they'll have to punt, I would imagine, here on 4th down. Punting game has worked. Although we've already seen one block kick return for a touchdown. We saw 2 block kicks in a row.
Now, sometimes it can be a decision-making deal here. You will want to pin them back, or you may want to take the 5-yard penalty to give you more room to punt the ball, to get the ball backed up.
They'll let the clock run all the way down. 5 more seconds on the play clock. This game clock will be stopped at 4:01. They will take the delay penalty, but
Delay a game on the offense.
a lot of
5-yard penalty.
a lot of coaches want to avoid kicks. They just want to avoid any chance of a kick being blocked. They don't care if they don't make it on 4th down or not.
And that's the tricky part about special teams. But you're hoping that they can punt it off and pin them back once again and let your defense continue what they've been doing.
Get the kick away, and it's going to be fielded actually at the 13-yard line after the ball was touched at the 15. And that's where they will put the football down. Team USA will start from its own 15-yard line, down by 17 with 3:48 to go. 4 minutes to go, and Team USA at this point, Marcus, they've got to have a score and a score in a hurry, and an onside kick and another score. They can't afford to lose the football here because, UANL, their defense has been so good. And we have seen Team USA go deep a number of times the last couple of drives. This is the starter, Gleason, going deep this time, and the ball dropped at the 45-yard line. He had Thomas Williams III in stride, right up the numbers.
Those are the type of plays they need. They need to go vertical. They need to go right away because they're there. They just got to make the play. He can lead them a little bit inside to make it easier on him, which is, tall on him, but those are the plays you have to have.
Second down and 10. This time they go underneath to the 20. 25-yard line, broken tackle, got a first.
Gotta go tempo. They don't have time on their
Gotta
side.
go tempo.
They have to line up, no subs, and run it.
There's a Dews. 6'1", 218 out of Fort Worth making the catch. Boy, he's a nice prospect. Gleason again. He's going to go deep. Up the right sideline. Got a man in stride at the 25. And he's gone. Touchdown. 70 yards.
That is the quick strike action that this team has.
Tavon Gwynn for the score. Gleason to Gwynn. 70 big ones.
Tavon did a good job of separating himself, catching the ball in stride to give him the greatest momentum to score. One of the weaknesses of the UANL defense is they're not fast at cornerback. They play the run well, but they're not fast. And so you want to counteract the slow speed with speed. And so attacking the ball vertically would give Team USA the advantage that they need.
So Gleason to Gwynn pays dividends here. They're going to go for 2. 5 wides. Empty Gleason, rolling right, tough throw, and it's juggled and dropped. Had a chance at the goal line, but could not quite come up with it. Noah Page had his hands on it. And let's check out the touchdown one more time. Biggest play of the day for Team USA.
Great pass blocking up front. You got single-eye coverage. Tavon gets separation from the corner, takes it to the house. This is a weapon that they have, and if the defense can go out, they can afford to kick the ball deep, stop them with a 3 and out, and get the ball back to make it a manageable game, and then they possibly will have to do an onside kick. But at this time, I will kick the ball deep, pin them back, and just trust that my defense will be able to stop them for a 3 and out, get the ball back, and then you go back to a vertical strike again.
Don't really understand going for 2 right there because it's an 11-point game.
Yeah, you're still going to have a two-score game no matter what. Well, so that was different.
That was crazy. So Team USA will go ahead and kick off. Everybody up. The hands team is there. 5 guys at midfield and 4 guys right behind them. Team USA needs to recover the onside. There it is, Pooch in, sideline, and it goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And so UANL will probably elect to just take it at midfield.
That's a judgment call, but it's difficult to have the onside kick at that point when you got this much time left on the clock.
Kick out of bounds. On the kicking team, be a 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
A touchdown, an extra point, and a field goal would have tied the game if they had just kicked the extra point. But now you've got to have 2 touchdowns.
Legal kicking out of bounds. Be a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
That's why I didn't understand why they went for 2, but that's the coach's call. So he knows something that we don't.
Well, here comes UANL. They are at midfield, and they're trying to get 1, maybe 2 first downs to put the game away. And they'll do it with the ground game to start and do it with the ground game to probably finish. Did the ball come out? Team USA lobbing the headlines, but I don't think even knew the ball came out. They're going to give it to Team USA.
Counter play again. And the ball is...
Hard to tell there.
Can't tell.
Boy, that is really hard to call.
Well, they have another opportunity.
You think the head linesman put 2 and 2 together and goes, you got to have 2 touchdowns anyway, we'll give it to you. Gleason rolls to his right. The lefty fires a strike into the boundary there. What a great arm on the move. Catch made by Gwynn, who caught the big bomb a moment ago. 17 yards of the pickup.
They need to take advantage of this time and score as quickly as they can.
UANL, after they fumble, Gleason and company with momentum. Boy, he's moving around there, sliding all over the pocket. Ball dropped at the 20. Man, you can't have those. After a couple of good catches, Gwynn drops that one. Hey, Gleason looks good throwing that football.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you get a quarterback to get the confidence of throwing the ball down the field, all of a sudden, you know, he's making plays. You have to give him an opportunity to make those plays.
Have we not seen that, or am I just not?
Well, you know, they didn't call the plays earlier. Everything was short, so... You know, it's good to see him taking those chances downfield.
Another strike over the middle. This time the ball dropped by Bryant because he got sandwiched right at the 20. Third down, 3rd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Man, this Gleason looks good. Like him. Gleason, a senior quarterback out of Muldrow, Oklahoma. 6 feet 180. 4 wides. He's got time. Throws it sideline. Caught. First down. 25. Cut it inside. Down to the 20. Williams has it. A pickup of 15 and a first.
Great pitch and catch. The cornerbacks are playing so far off that he can just run and stop right there at 10 yards to play the ball.
Got a flag in the pocket. Let's check it out. Maybe a late hit on the quarterback.
Roughing the quarterback. On the defense, number 93. Be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They're roughing the passer against UANL. And how quickly has this game changed?
Oh, it's one thing about it. Turnovers can change the game in a moment. And when you're trying to attack downfield, you're saving the clock. And that's one of the things that Team USA is doing at this point.
6th play of the drive coming up for Team USA, who is dead in the water. Now they got a chance to make it a one-score game here with 2:22. Gleason, quick toss, fade, single coverage, look out, picked off. What'd you say about turnovers?
Turnovers can change the game in an instant. This is a difficult play call. I mean, you get down in the red zone.
We have a touchback.
You've been attacking the game. You've been attacking the ball up the middle. You've been running precise routes. The fade route is one of the most difficult passes to throw at this level on a consistent basis.
At any
because
level.
you need to have time. And so you can sense he's not comfortable throwing a fade route. He's throwing it, but usually when you throw a fade route, you're throwing it towards the sideline. And so he threw it too short. It was no way it was going to be completed. And it's an interception for UANL.
Marcus, great observation. He's not comfortable throwing the fade route. We see him throwing bullets to sidelines, and now he's throwing the lob. That's not his game, is it?
It's not his game. And it's something that it takes time for a coach to see, because sometimes you can have it in your playbook and it makes sense in the playbook, but it doesn't make sense to the player. And you can tell from the time he released the ball, he was not comfortable.
UANL just trying to run this clock out with 2:06 to go. USA has 2 timeouts. Will they go with the one here? I love how you put that. I think that's one thing why fans think they can coach, because it may make sense in a situation, but it might not make sense to the individual players.
And that's exactly right, because, you know, you lose players all the time. You get new players in, but the playbook stays the same. But the play calling for that individual player has to fit him.
7 seconds on the play clock here. UANL managing the clock very nicely at this stage. Menegwaya, who scored a couple of times tonight, gets wrestled down in the backfield. Big tackle for a loss of close to 6, and now Team USA will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts with 1:21 to go.
Defense.
What happened here? Is that an
That
Earl
is the
Campbell
second
jersey?
timeout.
Nice old school tearaway. Haven't seen those in a while.
I've not seen a jersey do that in a long time. 20-9 in favor of UANL. Hey.
Well, I tell you what, he's earned it today.
Whoa, yes, he has. Well, they slung him down. You talk about finger strength. Like a Hulk Hogan jersey where it was torn in the back, ready to be torn away. Oh, it's a little chilly in here. It's like a Superman cape.
But I tell you what, I've been impressed with this team. I've been impressed. You can tell they've been coached well. They're well disciplined. And you know, it's good to see an international team come in and produce a team like this with some players, some valuable players that I know college coaches will be taking a look at. But it's showing you the growth of the popularity of this sport and nations that, you know, soccer is king and they're gaining popularity and kids are really taking to the
Player
sport.
of the Canada, number 20, has changed to 14 because of a torn jersey.
Having a chance to, they're giving us the jersey change there, but having a chance to chat with Roberto Arredondo prior to the ball game, and he talked about how that's his major love. You know, soccer is a major thing in Mexico, but his first love is American football. Somewhat of an anomaly south of the border. So on 3rd down and 13, the run straight ahead renders another timeout
Defense.
from Team USA.
That is their
You
last
can tell
timeout.
these kids have been in this game for a while. I mean, there's such a learning curve when you first play this game in terms of learning physicality and the angles and the leverage. But when you see a group like this play the way they play, this is old school football. And old school football takes some training. You can't just get kids to just do this quick teach thing. And these kids are doing this well. They come out of the ball, they have great leverage. The defense playing two gap. You know, when you two gap, that's old Pittsburgh Steelers. That's some grown man football stuff that they're doing. And I've been impressed by what the interior offensive and defensive lines have done in this game.
Where did that style of play go away?
You know, it's still around. Alabama still does it. So, you know, people look at Alabama and say, oh, I don't like that boring football. But guess what? They're in a championship game every year. You know, the formula still works. You play solid defense, you play run gap fits, and you let your offense complement you and play smart football.
USA will get the football back. Look out, big pressure. Thought for a moment that Garnett would get there. Had a chance to return, but Labella hit almost immediately close to midfield. Nothing on the return there. Great coverage by this UANL team that has played fantastic in the special teams all day.
Injury timeout.
And an injury timeout here. Great play, though, by Marco Garcia. See him there. Now, these players have already played a full season of football, and they take a lot of hits through the year.
Yeah, you know, and one thing about it is you get to this time of year, you're dealing with injuries, and hopefully you went through the season, you know, feeling pretty good to where you can really come to a showcase game to show your talents out. And so it's part of the game nowadays. When you get to this time of year, you know, you've shown to be an elite player, you want to take part in these events so that you can show everyone what you can do against a higher level of talent.
Lefty Gleason with a chance, gets out of the pocket, scrambling. Throws on the run and puts a bullet right on the 40-yard line in the chest of his intended target. Nice grab made by Noah Page, his 5th catch today. 13 on the connection. Drops the ball, keeps his composure, fires it out right. Long pass hauled in short of the first down, only gets 5 there on the short catch. 43 seconds to go in the game. Catch by Gwynn.
They're taking what the defense gives them, moving downfield, taking the routes when they come. They have to move fast.
2nd and 6. Time of the essence, just a half minute to go. Gleason's going to go for it all here. in the end zone, over-tossed, and he overthrew the defender. Sosa was running right up the sideline. .23 seconds to go in the game, and UANL's fans started to get after it here. There they are. Many of them making their way up from Mexico. And Gleason this time, big pressure. And down he goes at the 46-yard line. 14 seconds to play, and Team USA's out of timeouts.
Great job by UANL. Good to see these kids come in here, compete at a high level. Their families, their fans enjoying the game of football. And you see how the popularity of this game is increasing internationally. That's good to see.
20-9, the final.